Now in your main Starfield folder, go on to Tools and start up Archive 2 app. We need it to extract all meshes for weapons, so regardless of the project that you have in mind, you could have a vanilla weapon, which will be similar in animations and size and general shape to that of your creation. Choose Meshes file, which is about 4 gigabytes big. Select all meshes that are associated with firearms. Then select Archive, Export Selected, and choose appropriate folder where you want them. We did that so in NifScope we could browse all meshes freely and choose one that we are going to use as our vanilla game reference. I went ahead with Urban Eagle for the simplicity. Slide is part of the main Nif file, so it won't get too many things to manage, but it will have a moving slide. Now we also need to export this mesh as GLTF file to be able to send it over to Blender for the next step. In Blender, we are just going to quickly transform our GLTF file into OBJ to simplify the file and get rid of unnecessary info. Now that we exported OBJ, we can use it as a model reference in Substance Modeler. Now that we exported OBJ, we can use it as a model reference in Substance Modeler. Let's add our OBJ file. Right-click and add New Primitive Container. Each container is like a group of layers where primitives can affect each other's shapes. I highly recommend to take your time and make a good acquaintance with controls here. This is why I love this app, is because it's so easy to use. Everything that you need is right in front of you, not hidden behind thousands of clicks. Keeping namings clean is so important for two things. 1. When you will have a complex project, this will help you find your way easily in hundreds of containers. 2. For exporting your mesh. Also, consistent name conventions is a good hygiene habit that once you spend time in the beginning by making it right, you won't waste time searching for meshes or files later. Here I created a separate mesh container. Ideally, you should have a separate container for each moving part, or when you want to have clearly defined edges between meshes, so they won't appear too blended. Here I created a separate mesh container. Ideally, you should have a separate container for each moving part, or when you want to have clearly defined edges between meshes, so they won't appear too blended. I like to keep trigger guard, trigger and grip all in the same container. Vanilla guns all have triggers separately handled, but I don't think that they are actually animated, so I don't bother with separation. Plus, it will be obstructed in players' view one way or another. If you are concerned about details like this, all power to you. I believe in Delta Force they have a fully transparent model with animated trigger group, bolt push forward assist, springs. Attention to detail is mesmerizing. Repetition is a single most powerful tool to quickly add complexity and visual interest, even if you are freestyling or trying to come up with impactful design decision. Also here I changed combine mode to exclusion, so it will now take a good bite out of the mesh that is listed above our currently selected mesh. Also have fun and experiment with the rest of combined modes. Here I am trying to make grip more ergonomic, while not overdoing it. We are still making something that is mass-produced, so it will have to fit many shapes and sizes of hands. I am paying this much attention to the grip, which also going to be obstructed by player's hand. It will be one of attention points in inventory or workbench within the game. I see a lot of artists leaving grips very flat on the model level. That is a shame because within a gun that is the most organically shaped part. You can get crazy here with ideas and shapes. Think of Olympic shooting guns and their grip that are made with single user in mind. Moving on. I am using same primitives to create slide and its rail. Just move around the negative mesh to delete unnecessary parts of the base primitive. I move those primitives into the grip container so that slide primitives won't affect it anymore. Now I am happy with the basic shape and silhouette of the gun. I will start with adding more flavor by playing around with shape parameters or creating cutouts. To have things appear less rounded and have edges of cutouts appear more pronounced, I am increasing resolution by pressing on the plus icon. For now, while we're still working with a raw piece, I'd recommend to continue working with low resolution to have better app performance. Overdo it and modeler will crash. Once we will reach an export stage, we will increase resolution to have well-defined edges everywhere. If you are not planning to have swappable barrels, you can throw barrel into the grip mesh container. We're keeping this project simple. Here I am just adding more details to the mesh. Especially with a color scheme like this piece starts to look like a pistol from Half-Life. Add more detail, but also keep in mind that we have a certain budget of vertices, so if a detail is rather small, well, then maybe you don't have to model it, and you can paint it as a normal later within the texturing process. As this is a simple project, and each mesh has to be no more than 60,000 triangles, I will model in more details than I would on a larger project. I am not following low-high poly workflow. I am not sure if it is even considered mid-poly. As long as we will get it to show up in the game without crashes, breaking anything while looking good. Hey, I am happy. Time to add controls to our pistol-like safety and mag release button. A few more details to break pattern or to remove straight lines that are too long and make this pistol look flat. Onto the mag. I like more modern types of magazines with large bases and double stacked. They add further to the silhouette, but they don't have to be too complex. This is as far as I want to take this pistol within the scope of our project. Now let's export it. First, I am checking whether or not I should increase the resolution of any of the meshes. The rule is like this: what you see is what you get. So if mesh is looking muddy or low poly, it's because it is. So increase it to the point where you have a good clean mesh. Although I am not going to collect grip, controls, and barrel into same container, I am going to select them and proceed to Export tab, where I can define them as asset, which will group them for me. Let's set our export settings to the following: OBJ as a format, scale in meters, topology I adjust based on the importance of the object. If something is obscured or not directly in front of the camera, I would assign it a small portion of the triangle's budget. Overall budget is 60,000 triangles for the whole mesh of the gun with all parts assembled, so I assign 25 to grip and slide and give a mag 10. Don't use UV map generator here. I didn't find it useful, unlike the decimation process, which produces expensive but usable meshes for us. Set export path to your working folder. That is something that I missed here, but no big deal. Also use this neat feature. Right-click on Defined Asset where you have your settings ready for export. Copy them and paste on the next asset. For large libraries, it is essential. In Blender, we import our mesh. Rename itself and the material associated with it. It is important to have materials being separate to later edit them individually within Substance Painter. Go on to the UV Editing tab. Here we are going to select Mesh. Press Tab to enter Edit Mode, A to select all, U to enter Unwrapping menu. We will use Smart UV option to create UVs quickly for us. It is not the best. UV unwrapping is an art form. Not my favorite, so I try to avoid it. Also, Smart UVs are not anywhere near being industry standard, so that's that. But it works for me, and that is all I care about. There are some small shading issues which professionals would work to rectify, but they are quite minor, so I'll push this project ahead. Just select all again and export this for the next step. Model is good to go. Let's texture it.